What's up, everyone? Daniel Rodriguez here. It's time to review Power Season 2 premiere, which is Season 2, Episode 1, Cockross, 1967. Totally butchered that name. But, my throat. Anyway, Powers has returned. It hasn't been promoted a lot, man. Not like we're on TV or anything like that. Or I know it's a PlayStation original, but you think it'd be a little bit more promoted, since it's the second season and all that stuff. But Sharlto Copley, of course, everyone's back from Season 1 that survived. Dina Pilgrim, Cutter, the whole Powers division sort of thing. So I'm very happy because Power Season 1 was a good season. It wasn't great. Like, there were times where I was bored out of my mind, or there were scenes where I wasn't into it, or sometimes the dialogue was bad, sometimes the action was bad, sometimes the effects were bad. But they're understandable because it is a PlayStation original. It's not like they're giving, here's $3 million an episode. They don't have that sort of money, no. Like, if you have a PlayStation Plus membership, you could watch Powers, and I definitely recommend it because Sharlto Copley, dude, him as Walker, I think his name's Christopher Walker. Oh my god, Christopher Walker. I think his name's Chris Walker, excuse me for that, but it's Walker. He really is. He's a really good character, and I do enjoy Sharlto Copley in this film. I enjoy Dina now, because now that it's Season 2, their chemistry's there. It's more grounded. It's more into as realistic as possible if we lived in this sort of world. And they really definitely, they gave us new characters. They introduced us to the character. You know what I mean? Like, it works out better than how Season 1, which is a good season, but it's still dragged to, like, it took 4 or 5 episodes to really do the storyline where it's like, this is the story we're going to do this season. It took that long to establish what they're going to do this season. But with Episode 1 for Season 2, already established really what is going to happen, what the main story is going to be like for to solve Retro Girl's death and who killed her and all that sort of stuff there. So anyway, let's get on to it. The first 3 episodes are out right now, and then June 7th, I believe, is when the 4th episode comes out. So if you have PlayStation Plus membership, remember, watch Powers. Either way, Retro Girl's death, it just happened, obviously, from the end of Season 1 finale, and everyone's investigating, and Walker's investigating, and Walker's very sad, he's very angry. This car blows up, and it almost kills Crispin and Marigold, I believe her name is. Chaotic Chic. I thought it was Chaotic Chick. So, I think a lot of people may have thought it was Chaotic Chick, because in Season 1 I was like, Chaotic Chick, but it's Chaotic Chic. Or unless that's just what the divisions are calling it, but I thought it's Chaotic Chick. That makes more sense. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a guy. So, either way, Crispin almost blew up and everything, and then Marigold ends up leaving, so Crispin's like, they never really explain why the car blew up, but I'll allow it. So the girl is training, I don't know why I said girl, Callista, she's training, and this is the part, and I know, I told you, low budget, effects and everything, it's fine, but it was bad. This scene took me out of it. I was like, oh my god, like, holy crap. Like, they basically CGI'd her down, and then, like, a green screen, and she's like, ah, and she's like flying. And you could tell it's a set. You could tell it's a set, and the background's fake, and like, it was bad. It was you would think for a premiere, just a premiere, here's a little more money. Here's a little, make it good. Let's make that premiere look good, and then we'll have the other effects shitty in the next episode. That's what I would have done if I was whatever the executive producers. I'd be like, let's get this episode looking good. We'll make the others shitty effects. So let's do this, and then we'll do that. That's what I would have done. But hey, she was picking up a car, and it was like, that's a CGI car. People actually, like, in films, they actually have, like, dead weight cars or something, and then they have, like, on a rig, and then the actor is holding it, but, like, it's a real car, but it's not going to fall on them because it's rigged up. But no, CGI truck. You couldn't have just had someone get, like, hold it and really make it look a little more authentic. But whatever, man. I'm just saying it took me out of it, where I was like, come on. 10 minutes into the episode and you show me this. Either way, Walker's checking Retro Girl's house, and what do you know? Super Shock is there. We're now introduced to Super Shock, which is played by Michael Madsen. Are you gonna bark, little doggy? Or are you gonna bite? Fucking Michael Madsen, dude. Reservoir Dogs! I love Michael Madsen, dude. And the Hateful Eight, make sure to see the Hateful Eight, dude. Like, shut that door, it ain't gold in there. Man, he's swelled up a little bit. I don't know if he's swollen, because his face is just, he got big in his face. And he was big in the Hateful Eight, and I love his hair, dude. I like how his hair is done. But, Jesus, he got swollen. I mean, I don't know if it's swollen or that's just his face, but, damn, Michael Madsen, dude. I mean, it's badass that he's in here. It's really good. But then again, it's like, Super Shock. He's going to have those low-budget costumes and everything. Anyway, so he wants, his name's Patrick, but he's also known as Super Shock, and he wants Walker to find the killer so Super Shock could kill him. So Dina and Cutter go to Crispin's house, and he ends up escaping, which it doesn't work out because Crispin is hiding like on the side of a car. He's hiding on the side of a car. There's no room for him to hide in front of the car. And Cutter, their car is 4 or 5 cars down. Invisible sight. And he doesn't see Crispin there whatsoever. And Cutter like goes into the car and they leave. And I'm just like, how did you not see him? He was not hiding in front of the car. He was on the side of the car the whole time. And you didn't see him there. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like kind of like a writing plot hole there or something like that. They never really explain that. So there's an autopsy on Retro Girl. Walker's semen is in her. Because, excuse me, Walker's semen's in her. He was getting the deed done the night before, which is not good for a murder case. If someone dies and there's semen in them. And, well, I was with them like 16 hours before their death, So. That don't look good on you. Either way, that happens. Walker is suspended. Crispin stole an item that would end up making Retro Girl vulnerable, because basically Retro Girl is almost like Luke Cage, where her skin is impenetrable. You could get a blade and the blade will break. So Retro Girl was a badass, dude. Like she could take on anything, and she. And now that I'm thinking about it, Calista is almost like the new, not almost like Retro Girl, but she's like almost like a Supergirl sort of thing going on. But we already have Supergirl, so technically I can't say Calista is, it's more like Calista is more of a Supergirl than Supergirl more of a Calista, obviously. Anyway, Retro Girl is very vulnerable that whatever he stole, so it kind of thinks like, did Crispin end up killing Retro Girl? So Retro Girl memoriam going on TV. Walker gets a call from Crispin, and the FBI is listening. Calista finds her dad. He's a drunk old dad singing on stage. He ended up beating his wife all the time. And Calista, of course, as the daughter, had to bear through that every time where she was just getting beat up and beat up and beat up. And of course, when you grow up, you want to get anger up on your dad. You want to hurt him. You want to make him feel that pain. She ends up, what we think, killed him, but she beat him up bad to a pulp, like really bad. And then she ended up taking him to a hospital and like, you're going to live your life as a miserable old man who will die alone. So that's even worse than death. Death, basically. That's worse than death. Dying alone. Nobody loves you. You're just a drunk old man. Just there. Nobody, that's way worse than death, honestly. So death is a way out. It's not, it's just, that's a way out. You need to punish and torture, basically. So anyway, Crispin kills himself, and Calista has this new outfit, like a post-credit scene after a movie, or an after-credit scene where she's like, walks in, and it's Retro Girl's house, and she opens the door, or this lever, and then there's the costume. But Crispin's dead, yeah, Walker goes, and then all of a sudden the FBI's there, and this Stone Rock guy and everything. And Crispin's dead, and it's sort of like, alright. Which we do find out in episode 2, really what happened. We will. But either way, what did I think about this episode overall? First off, I did enjoy the ending of the episode, like her getting the outfit, and also just that intensity of like where Walker's like, alright, hold on, Crispin, I'm coming. And then the driving and everything, and like all that sort of stuff there. It was pretty good of how like almost like a just an ending of a finale or a premiere or a mid-season. Like, it ended really good in a sort of way where that's like a way, like, holy shit, like, Crispin's dead. And, like, they're looking and everything, and, like, that was, like, well, was he the killer? Was he not? You know, sort of thing. And he's dead now, so he can't do much. So that was a really good ending for me, honestly, for the premiere. Walker, having Sharlto Copley, man, he got a little older, and I know he's already an older man, but he's looking a little bit more grayed down. He's looking a little bit more down. And Walker, man, he was really cool in this episode to see how he's just transitioning. He's drinking beer, and then he throws it to the wall. He's drunk. He's mad. He's sad about Retro Girl. He's having all these emotions going on, and he's kind of losing his way. He was suspended from the police, the powers division. So he's going through shit. I mean, it's relatable. He's going through stuff. He just lost his love of his life, and it haunts him to this day. The autopsy, that whole scene was cool too. How the whole, like, almost like Luke Cage skin and everything. So I was like, that's really awesome, you know, and real cool autopsy scene. And Crispin being dead. Crispin was getting annoying this episode a lot. So kind of like it's a good thing and bad thing in that sort of way. We're like, oh man, Crispin's dead, but hey, Crispin's dead, you know. So yeah, whatever. Also, like I said, the chemistry between the characters are really good. I mean, Dina and Walker. I remember in the first season when Dina and Walker were partners. And at times, the chemistry wasn't there. Like, it was, you know, it started to develop. But now that we've already had a full season and this is the beginning of a new season, their chemistry's already there where they are partners. They care for each other. Dina cares for Walker and Walker cares for Dina. And that's a really cool thing to see. And don't get me wrong. Some effects in here are good. I'm not saying all the effects are bad. I'm not saying that the whole... You know, I'm just saying that Kalista scene where she's like, that was just bad. That was who was smoking during that scene, because whoever was the effects advisor, it's alright. 5 people are going to see this anyway. It won't matter. No, trust me. A lot of people watch the show. Not a lot as I wish would, but at least 600 people, 700. I don't even know. Like, you know, take your time out of your day, stop playing the video games, and go watch it's only a 40 to 46 minute show, and it's quick like that. The pacing's quick, though, at times. But now the cons. The effects. Kalista's effects. It was bad at times. It was. Like, there is a few... It's not great acting. It's not great acting. But not by all the characters. Some characters are just bad acting at times. Especially Crispin. And then it took a while to get into it. It took me a while to actually... get into, because it picks up right where season 1 left off, Retro Girl's death, and then all of a sudden, you know, the mayor's doing a speech and everything, and then it took time to get into it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, wait, you're moving too fast, You're showing Zora, and then you're showing Walker going through his stuff, and then you're showing the Powers Division, and then you're going way too fast, and then you're showing, like, it just kind of rushed into the first 10-15 minutes of things. And then they're showing Kalista, and then she's hard to get into, because I didn't like Kalista in this episode. Kalista's one of the cons. And I liked her in the second episode. The second episode, I like her. But in this episode, she was just... Because it shows her dad's stuff, and I get it, empowerment and all that, and, you know, she wants to get back at him. Good that she got back at him. But it just kind of felt stuffed in there with Kalista's character and how they're stuffing her in there for the premiere. As well as the old photos and Photoshop. Those effects were bad too, because it showed like 30 years ago Super Shock and Retro Girl and everything, and Michael Madsen's in the photo, which we never even heard of Michael Madsen. I don't think we heard of Super Shock in season 1. We may have. But literally, it's so Photoshopped. Like, Michael Madsen doesn't even look young in the photo. He looks like himself. And young Super Shock, like in Rubble and everything. I was... Who did that Photoshop job? I mean, I can't do better. I can't. I'm not good at Photoshop. But, Jesus, I mean, like, little stuff. Like, I hate when shows do that. Like, movies and every Robert De Niro movie, and I love Robert De Niro, but every single Robert De Niro movie, we have to show him young in a photo, and young Robert De Niro. Every Sylvester Stallone movie, have to show him young in his Rocky days. Stop with that. We know how you looked young. You don't have to have a photo of, like, oh, this is my grandpa. Young, old, Rocky. We don't need that. Stop doing the photos and old time stuff. We get it, man. Either way, I'm gonna have to give this episode, and I gave it a C+ for the premiere. It was an okay premiere. It had good moments in there, but it was sort of disappointing in a sort of sense, like, where I liked the second episode. The second episode was great to me. The second episode is what the premiere should have been, but this episode, it had a few good moments. It's good to have the characters back. It's good to get into that Powers feeling, because instantly, like 20 minutes into the show, I was like, all right, here's Powers. We're back to that feeling again. We're back to the Powers feeling, the PlayStation original feeling, the production. We're back to that scene. We're back to that sense of things. But C+ overall, man, I thought it was just an okay premiere. It could have been better. It could have been done a little bit more well. Also, these new FBI people, and I like the girl with the stone guy. Imagine how much work they have to do for the stone guy, and just to do, like, he doesn't even talk. He's just there like, Either way, man, comment down below. Tell me what you guys thought about Powers Season 2 premiere. I'd like to hear what you guys think. And, of course, I'll be reviewing every single episode. Episode 2, I'll be uploading that soon. And Episode 3. And then, of course, week to week, when all the new episodes release, it will be out for you guys. Thanks a lot. I'm sorry it took a very long time. I need to hurry up more. Like, it should literally take me 2 or 3 minutes to recap, and then it takes me like 10 minutes to recap. I understand. It takes me long. I need to work on it. Nobody's perfect. Either way, thanks a lot. Comment down below, share the video, and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more and watch all my other Powers reviews, which I promise will be shorter next time. I will make it shorter, I promise you. Until next time, bye-bye.